like to see on the diversity side. And I hope to be a driving force of that, not only through the Women in Supply Chain series, but some of the other stuff that we've got planned for diversity and inclusion. As far as supply chain, I think that as much as we talk about how far we've come, which we have, I mean, think about it. Supply chain media wasn't even a thing like 3 years ago when I jumped into it. I didn't even call it that at the time, but now really there's supply chain media, right? And there's all sort of different content fronts. I think that there's so much amazing technology that's coming out. But I think the mindset, the traditional mindset of being siloed needs to change. We need to have I always say collaboration is the future of business. So we need to have a more collaborative mindset and come together, because there's too many siloed aspects and we just can't get our heads around it.
No,
you know what I mean? There's just too much coming at us.
Definitely. And I think to be open-minded to these kind of opportunities as well, instead of stuck in that kind of bricks and mortar way of working, you tend to spot a mile off the thought leaders from the people that are quite close-minded. And I think that it just shows leaps and bounds that these people, excel as best they do. I couldn't agree with you more. And I think it'll be really interesting over the next, year or so to really see how this specifically will affect how quickly we go down that path, because I think it's going to be really key moving forwards.
Well, yeah. And on the technology front, I think there's a lot of us that are still working in manual processes. And I think for me, I think there is some really great technology out there. I think that some of them have pushed us to a point that we don't feel comfortable, like pushed us too far forward. And I think we need to bring it back. I think we need to take things a little bit simpler and take what they're doing right now and just automate those processes just to make their lives easier. It's not about us as technology providers to have them conform to what we want them to conform to, right? It's really about listening to the customer and figuring out where they are and what they need. And it could just be a step for now and not a big leap. You know what I'm saying?